So apparently if you're in the mafia, you end up becoming a cannibal. Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't know. No, 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 no. What is up guys, Ray here, and welcome to my review for 91 Days. Surprisingly enough, 91 Days was one of the shows that I was extremely looking forward to, mainly because I saw the promotional art and I was like, that's pretty fucking badass, and then I saw the synopsis and I was like, that's pretty fucking badass. And then I watched the show and I was like, yeah, okay, that was pretty badass. 91 Days is essentially a revenge story that takes place in the fictional city of Lawless during the alcohol prohibition. We follow our main character Angelo Lagusa as he goes on his journey to kill certain members of a specific mafia family. First, let's talk about some positives. 91 Days does a really good job at creating a believable visual representation of the setting in which the story takes place. The moment the show opens, you're just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to live there. No, fuck that place. The show works visually because of the color choice that they chose to go with. The entire setting is just dark, gray, it's always raining. It just adds to the grittiness that the show offers. Plus, the character designs are fucking great. What they wear, the costumes, the overall look and feel of each individual character, it just fits so well that it really sells you on the idea and the time period of the show. Speaking of characters, the show has an overall good cast of likable characters, albeit a few of them are hit or miss. I think my favorite character in 91 Days has to be Nero Vanetti. He just has this charisma that just makes you think, yeah, you can't really hate the guy. Now, one of the things I really love about 91 Days is just how well the characters mesh into the story. From the dialogue and action scenes between the characters, it really pulls you into the kind of story 91 Days is trying to tell. Amidst all this, it weaves the mafia elements into the main revenge plot very well. It's not your typical, yeah, let's just kill the guy and be done with it kind of revenge story, and it's one of the reasons why the show was so entertaining. Now, I personally thought that the animation was fantastic all around. It's not groundbreaking, it's not gonna change the way we look at anime, but it was pretty good from start to finish. There were a few flawed scenes, but it doesn't really break the flow of the show. Moving into the negatives, I think there are two major problems that the show has that really hold it back from being even better. The first one is that the main character is not that relatable because of his cold demeanor. You still kinda root for him, but you don't really care if he dies without finishing his goal. He never really grows enough as a character to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm rooting for you all the way. The show never really gives time to him as an individual to really develop him as a character. The relationship that's built between him and Nero Vanetti is fantastic, but as an individual character, he is one of those characters that really hold the show back. And that's mostly at the fault of the writing, which leads me to talking about my second major problem with the show. There's just too many subplots. There's just one too many subplots. There's one dealing with the prohibition of alcohol, one dealing with the succession in the mafia, one dealing with conflict between the mafia families, and another one dealing with a relationship between characters in their respective families. Even Keijo doesn't have this many subplots, and look at how much plot that show has! All of these just end up clouding the focus of the main storyline and end up just creating plot holes. Even then, the resolutions to so many of these subplots are just poorly done. And I mean poorly done. There's this conclusion to one subplot that involves the death of a certain character, and you're just like, yeah, there's no way he would have fell for that. There's just no way. But ultimately, while these are prominent issues with the show, I still ended up really liking 91 Days. It just has a way of consistently keeping you engaged in what's happening. The problems I addressed, although are major problems for me, they weren't enough to make me not want to see the story through to the end. And when I did finish it, it was well worth it. 91 Days had my favorite anime ending for the summer simulcast. The last 6 to 8 minutes of the final episode was absolutely fantastic. Overall, 91 Days is a fun ride that incorporates its story elements well into the setting with some of the most consistent animation I've seen in a while. It's engaging, it's interesting, and it's entertaining. It's not worthy of being showered with loads of praise, and definitely not good enough to buy. But for an original idea, it tells a solid story that's worth watching through at least once, and maybe even twice. Therefore, my final rating for 91 Days is a watch it. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, and if you want to see more content from me, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and until the next video, I will talk to you all later.